Hi, welcome to This Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick. Join us here every Thursday at 12:30 to talk about everything food related in Baltimore. I'm Amanda. That is Richard. I'm going to tell you what I did on Sunday, and you're going to guess. We're going to play games a lot today. Today is going to be our gaming edition.
I
Okay.
love guessing.
I know you love guessing, and you're usually really good at it. You usually get me before I can even get the question out. Okay, so I went to the BMA to see the last day of the John Waters exhibit.
Mm-hmm. I saw that you did that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was very John Watersy. It was, fine. Nothing highbrow, but that's not him. We're very much about appreciating his lowbrow. So where did I eat for breakfast after that?
Where did Amanda eat for late breakfast?
It was late breakfast.
Yeah. After her visit to the BMA, I have some guesses.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know the answer. Because you said you hadn't been there for a while.
I hadn't.
My guesses were Golden West, Blue Moon, or what's that place, that diner on 29th Street?
Aha! The diner on 29th Street. Paper Moon.
Paper Moon. I'm going to say Paper Moon.
You are correct. The geography was supposed to give you a tip.
It did. It gave me a huge
I thought you
tip.
were going to guess Gertrude's, except I have probably been to Gertrude's more recently than I've been to Paper Moon. And I didn't
Moon, I haven't been to Paper Moon for...
I hadn't been in a long time. I kind of stopped because sometimes the rules get to be a bit much, right? Yeah. But it was a delightful experience.
I'm so glad
we were all really happy. It looks even more fun than it's looked in when I was there 2 years ago. Like more stuff. It's very curated. I mean, somebody does this. Somebody's making it.
I've forgotten all about it because I just
because everyone started going to our house, and I feel sort of bad for Paper Moon.
Honestly, even before then, it was off my radar.
Well, what did it for me?
Go ahead.
Was when they stopped being 24/7.
Yeah,
that was a big change. We don't have a lot of that.
Right.
We're going to talk a little bit about that later, sort of. But yeah, no, it was actually great, and I'm going to urge everyone to go back, revisit Paper Moon. I had a veggie egg sandwich on rye toast, and it was perfect. It had avocado on it. My egg was nice and drippy. They kept refilling our coffee. It was, that's important. My stepfather is a coffee, he just soaks it up. So if someone's not there refilling his cup at least 4 times, he's going to be like,
coffee.
Yeah, he sits there and holds the mug up
like a baby. A big baby.
Like he needs his damn coffee. So they took care of that. It was it was great. So that's what I did. It's been 2 years, and it was super satisfying. So yay, Paper Moon. Where did you eat?
Let's see. Well, we both promised to try to eat out more.
We did promise.
So I've only had 10 days and haven't really done much eating except for the usual spots I always go to in my work neighborhood. So Tapas Teatro, I went to again.
Good regular spot.
And so I had some. Oh, they had a soup of the day. They had a chicken soup that was great.
Really?
Oh man.
Was it a little bit spicy?
No. I mean peppery.
Pepper.
Well seasoned, but not hot spicy.
Has anyone been to Soups On in the last forevers?
The one that's on
Preston?
Man, that place is wacky.
I haven't been in there in forever, ever. And I like them because you could get little tiny soups, and you could have a bunch of different ones.
It's right next to OK Natural Food Store. You walk up a flight of stairs, and you order your soup and sandwiches and salads at a counter from one of a pair of identical twins.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I probably assumed it was one person.
And I think one knows me and the other doesn't. So sometimes I'm like, how come you don't know me? And no matter, regardless of which identical twin it is, the twin will always say the same thing to you after you put in your soup order, which is this. We don't put salt in our soup, but we keep salt over there.
Good.
No, not good.
Why isn't that good?
It's not good.
I don't want them salting the soup.
Yeah, of course you do.
No, I don't think I do.
We'll have to have some chefs chat in.
Most soups I can't even eat because of the sodium content.
Is that canned soup or soups and restaurants?
Well, definitely canned soups. Forget about it. Those are just stupid.
Fair enough. I mean, it is so we have too much sodium, but some salt should go in the cooking, I think.
I know, and real chefs do that. I know, and they probably get all.
But he says it every time. But he always says it. He says it every time.
We don't do that. Well, I'm wondering if someone's listening. I wonder if anyone's been in there lately. Tell us about how it was.
They had weird hours. Their hours seem synced with the University of Baltimore schedule. So if they're out of session, then the Soup Salon is out of session too.
Well, except that they're close to Meyerhoff and all that stuff. That would be good for them to be
never stay open
available.
past
I know, and that would
6:30
that be
or
a good
7.
idea? It would.
That
be.
was never something they did.
No.
Those twins, I don't know what they're up to.
Those twins, I didn't
Those
even know were
those
twins.
damn twins.
So did you didn't eat anywhere else? Because you're doing paleo.
Yeah, I'm eating paleo this month.
Ugh.
I know. So
whatever.
I'm making a lot of my own
Alright.
meals this time.
Okay, enjoy your paleo. I'll talk
It'll
to
be
you
all
in
over. It'll all
February.
be over soon. Just 1 month. Sort of a reset.
Because that's about as much as I can stand.
I know it's boring.
All right. Winter Restaurant Week. It's happening again.
When's it start?
It
This Friday?
runs January 11th through 20th. Yeah, tomorrow through the 20th until it's extended, because that's how it does.
It's always extended.
We love that about Restaurant
How many
Week.
years
You can
is
always
this?
count
Which
on.
was
I don't know.
first, winter or summer? I think winter. No,
Isn't winter the most problem time, or is August the
I think
problem
winter came
time?
first. No,
It's been a lot. It's been I want to say it's been at least 20 years.
at least 20 years.
So let's do this. 2-course lunch menus range from 12 to 20. 3-course dinner menus range from 20 to 35. Did you happen to notice any trends in your hunt?
I didn't.
I
Did you?
saw a few menus that had some cauliflower steaks. That
Oh.
seems to be the big veggie option right
Yeah.
now. Which, I'm sorry, but if I'm going out for Restaurant Week, I want to eat like seafood. And most people should probably eat meat if you eat meat. Because I think the veggie option is just not enough bang for your buck.
Speaking of veggie options, I looked through the menus and tried to find restaurants with good vegan or vegetarian options that looked like they weren't just the punishment dish. That's what my friends and I used
Yeah,
to call.
right.
Like would be like
So,
a plate
here,
of
take this.
like some
condiments.
ratatouille over condiments.
A plate of
Would be.
condiments.
Like salsa and condiments over like some loose spaghetti,
Sides.
and like there's will be the punishment dish. So Gertrude's I thought had one of the best Restaurant Week
I
menus.
agree with you.
Really, like 4 options for each of the courses, like a seafood, a meat, and a vegan option in each category, except for dessert, of course. But here, listen to their first course: a vegan roasted vegetable terrine with grain mustard, caramelized red onion aioli, and sesame flatbread.
That actually sounds really good.
And for their entree, vegan garlic greens and sweet Italian sausage ravioli, sausage in quotes. So that's homemade ravioli served with roasted herb tomato sauce and frizzled leeks. And they even have a vegan dessert, a vegan banana swirl and chocolate chip cheesecake.
Huh.
So
How do you do that?
I don't know. And Brewer's Art had good vegetarian, not necessarily vegan options, but
Brewer's Art is like an always a good choice at Restaurant Week. They never let you down.
squash
And
toast as an appetizer, crispy Brussels sprouts.
yeah,
Yeah, good stuff. So
they have a nice selection.
vegan,
There's a vegetarian meatloaf.
for an entree. So good for them.
Yes.
At least those were, I thought, 2 of the more thoughtful menus: Brewer's Art and Gertrude's.
I agree. The other thing that I noticed that seemed like a trend was a lot of options for add-ons. Like I
Yeah.
think back in the day, Restaurant Week was an established. Here's the price,
Yes.
and this is what you're getting. Now there's a lot of like, pay us extra, you get wine pairings. Pay us extra, you get this extra course.
You're absolutely right.
So I noticed a lot of that.
Like opt-in things.
Yes.
Like it would be $32, but if you wanted like a nice steak, then it's $40.
If you
Right.
want if you want crab meat on it, then it's yeah.
Yep. So that was a good.
That
good,
seems to
good
be
catch.
something that's going on. Let's talk about. I think we've talked about this in the past, but the dessert course. Where do you stand on this?
I'm so weird with my eating
Yeah, I
trends and
know.
habits. But there's some months like this month where I would be so happy, and I'd be looking for places without a dessert course.
Yes.
I probably will be. So the 3 courses when it's not a dessert would be super salad, then appetizer, then entree. I do kind of like that better than the dessert
I do
course.
too, because I feel like I can go take care of my own dessert. If I want to go get a scoop of ice cream or something, I can do that after. But like if I'm sitting down, I want you to give me extra food. Give me more foodstuffs.
Yeah.
Some places the dessert is exceptional, but that's not really the rule. I feel like a lot of times the dessert's just like thrown in there because they feel like they have to give us a dessert.
They're kind of like wedding food and banquet desserts. A lot of
Yeah.
them. Things you can portion out pretty well. The new restaurant I want to go to that I haven't been to. So this is on my list. La Calle.
Yes.
La Calle.
Yes. People
I was having
that-
such trouble saying that simple Spanish word. La Calle.
Is it La Calle? Because I think in French it'd be like La Calle.
Yeah, but
It's La Calle.
yeah, my friend said so.
Okay.
Just having
Well, if
trouble
your friend
saying it
said so-
today.
Well, that's all right. I think you sound all right.
And so that's the new one down on South Street, near off of in a financial district, kind of. But I really like their menu.
Yeah, I don't have it here.
I don't know. For some reason, it stood out to me, especially their lunch menu, because there aren't that many lunch options, especially
Right.
downtown.
They're
I want for dessert coconut bread pudding.
Glenn does too, apparently.
That's
I am
awesome.
not a bread pudding girl, and I
Oh.
really feel like bread puddings, like men lean toward bread puddings. I feel like it's a manly dessert.
I don't know about that.
I
Yeah.
do not like bread pudding. I don't like the consistency.
I like bread pudding.
Glenn is like
They've also got
very happy over
flan.
here. Oh, I hate flan.
Flan, that's what you've got.
I really
That's your
don't like
consistency
flan.
problem.
Yeah, that's a consistency issue.
listen to
I also
this,
don't like rice pudding at all.
They've got a soup with chopped clams, mushrooms, corn, carrots, and guajillo broth. So I really just like the looks of this menu from
Yeah.
La Calle.
That's a good choice. I highlighted a few others that I spotted.
Mhm.
I know you've been meaning to get to Gunther Company, and I think
Yeah.
you should, and this would be a good opportunity for you. They have a $20 brunch, $18 lunch, $35 dinner. There's things like a really nice Bartlett pear blue cheese walnut salad, a mushroom dashi noodle bowl, a spicy shrimp pad thai dinner. There's seafood stew. And then they have some interesting desserts too, like a sticky toffee pudding or a frozen Meyer lemon tart. So that one sounds like you should check it out. Hopefully it'll extend so far that your paleo thing will be over.
Yeah. But wish me luck on that. I'm feeling
Good
pretty
luck.
good.
I'm always proud of you. It's just I just have a jealousy thing.
Well,
It's a competitive jealousy thing because I'm not gonna do it. I'm
It's-
not even gonna pretend like I'm gonna do
every
it.
one of my gyms participating. But the problem
Do you get a
is when I
prize?
yeah.
Oh, what's the prize?
$100 gift card for
Okay.
them. Yeah.
Maybe if someone dangled $100 in front of me, I would do it. But I don't even eat meat, so like that would be the first
It's
step.
hard to do paleo.
Ugh. And I don't like chicken either.
That's gonna
Yeah,
be rough.
right.
Chicken, if you don't eat chicken and eggs, it's pretty rough.
I love eggs. I
Oh.
can eat eggs forever.
Oh my
like for
God.
every. I
Then-
love eggs.
Then you're done.
A couple others that I spotted that just seemed okay. I mean, seemed like a good idea were Biroteca. They let you choose any 3 items. So, like, you get
Oh.
to combine how you want
I
to
like
do
that.
that. So, like, a salad or a bruschetta, pizza, a dessert.
Seems to me Forno was kind of like that too.
Okay. And
over in
and
Canada.
they're one of the ones that has the wine and beer pairings for additional money. So this one popped out at me only because we were talking about it when I first was house hunting, and then we didn't talk about it again. But Bluestone is still over there. I don't know the last time I ever went in there, but it's like kind of my neighborhood
Bluestone
now.
might be the most
Best place in the
consistently
county?
satisfying place in the tri-state. People
No, shut up.
like no
That's a
one, no
big
one's
thing.
like. I don't think anyone loves like
But it's
Bluestone
like
to death. But
consistent.
everyone has a really good time at Bluestone.
Isn't
Gets a
that funny?
satisfying experience. My folks love it. My family loves it. Everyone I know who goes there says, "You know where we had a really good
In the
meal?
middle of that parking
Kinda
lot?
we had Bluestone. It was really good. We
I
had a really
honestly,
good
I
time."
feel like I should go there for restaurant week because it's like my neighborhood now.
But I think we should applaud that. Applaud a place that does what it does. Doesn't try to do. It shouldn't try to like.
It's just like a neighborhood nice place. It's not a dive.
Get a nice burger.
It's-
Get a nice piece of salmon. Type of place.
Yeah, so they did something interesting where they offer a 3-course dinner for either $32 or $39. The $32 options include chilled crab and shrimp, tuna 2 ways, which I would be all about, firecracker salmon, Mediterranean branzino, seafood clubs, seasonal fish, and then the $39 option includes lump crab cakes, ocean and gulf, steak and cake, filet mignon, deep sea scallops. So at least there you know if you're ordering those high ticket items, that's what you're paying.
Got it. Fair
I mean,
enough.
that seems like a good one. So I maybe would do that.
I'm hungry.
You mentioned Brewer's Art. What
Let's
else?
move on. You want to move on? a
Yeah,
little
I
bit?
just wanted to make sure I didn't miss
Oh, yeah.
anything that we needed to mention. Yeah. The other thing I liked about Meze was that they just list all their. You just get everything. You get a whole. They deliver Meze. They deliver all the Mezes to your table.
I'll tell you, when I was looking through this, I just discounted immediately restaurants that didn't give at least 3, really 4 options for appetizers and entrees.
Right, and that's like what we talked about with holiday parties too. Like you gotta be able to choose like a fish, a meat, a poultry, veggie.
We're saying you're going with 4 people, and the idea is to try stuff at this restaurant, and everyone wants to try something new, but there's only 2 options for the entrees. That's
no, that's not enough.
It's lame. It's not
enough. I usually don't pick those restaurants. I don't go there.
Yeah,
because I need a lot of choices. I like choice.
If we didn't mention your restaurant,
tell us about it.
No, or that might be why. We should open up.
Just tell us. If you just got here, you were watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick. Like, share, comment, and follow us at #JamlerEating. Last week, offline, we started talking about what constitutes a hole-in-the-wall restaurant.
The proverbial hole-in-the-wall restaurant, which part of what it is that it's good, I think.
It can't be like just a sub carry-out shop.
No. Well,
it has to be like.
I think it belongs.
You go there for
this phrase.
Food?
Oh my God, it's a hole in the wall, but we had such a great thing there. There's that but part of the hole in the wall.
But there's something also to be said about the ambiance of a hole in the wall. You go to a hole in the wall because you like that sort of feel. Yes.
Well, I think there's 2 things. Okay. One is that you've made a discovery. Like, look, it's just a hole in the wall. So you're not going there for the atmosphere, but it's got the best something in Baltimore. So don't go for the atmosphere because it's just a hole in the wall.
Okay.
Like Grace Garden Chinese restaurant in Odenton, 0 people would ever go for the atmosphere or ambiance there. It's not a...
I've never been there.
It's not a negative ambiance. It's just a neutral...
It's no ambiance.
It's no ambiance at all.
Okay.
So to me, hole in the wall should have 0 ambiance.
But the food is so good
that people know about it and send each other there.
Would we say that the old Thai restaurant on Greenmount, is that a hole in the wall?
I think that's a hole in the wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was great Thai food.
I think that fits, and that's still open. People still are devoted to it.
I haven't been in there in a really long time.
I think it's maybe, some people might say it's a little bit nicer than a hole in the wall. There's really not much. It was
It's pretty close to hole in the wall.
And the original Mekong Delta down when it was on Saratoga Street.
Yes, that's a good hole in the wall.
That was a good hole in the wall.
All right, so the argument was, or the fight that came up was, does Baltimore really get to say it has any hole in the walls?
It didn't have many. There were some people were suggesting places that I thought that can't be a hole in the wall. It's just nice. It's a nice place. It's too nice. So, Doodah's Tavern's not a hole in the wall. It's a corner tavern.
We have a lot of corner taverns, and this is the thing where Baltimore excels. We also have those row house bars that are like basically gastropubs because they're known for their food.
Right.
They're bars. They're narrow little bars, darkly lit, but they're known for their food. And that, to me, would be Peter's Inn, Annabelle Lee. What else would count in that?
Henninger's.
Henninger's, love Henninger's.
I think
Jack's Bistro.
And then there's a range of them from the kind of artfully done, like there's not an inch in Peter's Inn that's accidental. They know what they put it together with an artist's eye.
Right.
Whereas some other places looks like they opened it once and left it alone. But corner taverns, to me, I discount from the conversation of hole in the wall. I don't think they belong in that conversation.
Okay.
Other people certainly disagreed with me.
I think,
and suggested a lot of them.
I think we should have we're gonna have a rapid fire round. Okay. I'm gonna name a place, and you're gonna tell me if we think it's a hole in the wall.
All right.
Okay, ready? Nacho Mamas.
No.
Because it's too artfully done with the hubcap
very
margaritas and the Elvis.
Yeah.
The Diz.
No. It's pretty adorable, too. Oh. It's very conscious of there being... I think... For a hole in the wall, you shouldn't even be conscious that there's an owner involved or anyone managing a place. It should look like it accidentally opened that day.
And started serving you.
And started serving food.
Okay. Sip and bite.
Maybe before It was renovated in
Okay.
earlier this
but
decade.
also then you get into the point is is it just a diner?
I would say diners don't belong. I'm counting
Right.
out diners too.
So
I know
we'll
I'm
sip
pretty
and bite.
severe. I'd say just a sip and bite now.
Okay. Grotto Pasta Bar.
I would say it looks and feels like a hole in the wall, and it was attempting to have that feel. So I'd say I'm going to give that
Gets
to
like
them.
a half a point maybe.
I want to give it to them.
It's good.
It's not.
The food is good, and there's nothing you can barely fit in there.
Yeah, I would say it's a hole in the wall. I would describe it that way to some people.
I like that
It's
then.
pretty. It knows it's charming, though. It's pretty self-conscious. So,
Bottega.
no. Bottega's
Too trying too hard. Too much stuff.
Well, Bottega's designed with an inch of its life. It knew exactly what it was doing. It's charming and expensive looking and feeling. The materials are gorgeous. It's
Yeah.
a gorgeous space.
Can a hole in the wall also be clean?
It should be clean, but it should look like linoleum is to me a big factor in
And like an overhead light, like
Yeah.
a fluorescent light.
like linoleum floor or linoleum tables. What is it called? Is it linoleum?
Yeah.
I think that's really important.
Okay, how about mismatched furniture? That's often a thing you find at a
Yeah.
hole in the wall.
But I mean, if it's possible to be genuinely mismatched rather than
like you didn't mean to, like you
like
just
the original
have hand-me-downs.
Cafe Hun, which was across the street from where it is now.
Definitely.
So it was across
I
the street.
think.
That had the exact look of a
Well,
not
it's kind
really.
of a diner.
More
I
of a
think.
diner.
Swallow at the Hollow.
I just say no for bars, but
It's
Salt
just a
the
bar.
Hollow, yeah.
Pizza Grill.
It's lovely. I think it's actually a very pretty space, and I think it's a diner and not a hole in the wall at all.
Really?
Not at all.
It's to me, it's just a counter. Counters don't count.
No, not for me.
So then also Jimmy's
Correct.
is a counter or slash diner.
And I haven't been to New Jimmy's, but I would count
That's
those
true.
out too.
Okay.
I did think of some.
Yeah.
G&A restaurant up in Highlandtown.
Isn't that where people get crab cakes?
No, G&M is crab cakes. G&A in Highlandtown is where you get Coney Island hot dogs.
Oh, so that's why I've never been there because I don't eat those.
Yeah. It
Okay.
is like a hole in the wall.
So
it's a hole in the wall.
Glenn, that's a hole in the wall?
Rafael Alvarez is like.
Is he
the biggest
regular there?
fan. Yeah. He's talking on my Facebook page right now.
He's supposed to be talking to us here.
I know.
So Colston is talking to us. He loves Grano and says the best hole in the wall is the curb shop. But
What's the curb shop?
isn't that the thing in Charles Village? Is it in Charles? Colston, where is that? I think it's the Charles Village. It's just a little. I don't know what the curb shop is actually.
I'm looking it up.
Okay, remember? Let's talk about Gampy's and Henry and Jeff's, the old school.
No.
Neither of those.
No. Gampy's
was like diner.
was a restaurant opened by career restaurant professionals that were associated with the Chesapeake restaurant. They decorated that with full knowledge of what it was.
And what about Henry and Jeff's?
Curb shop. Oh, on Falls Road.
Oh,
Of course.
Falls Road. Oh,
one.
duh. Is that a hole in the wall?
I mean, it's more roadside attraction or roadside tavern. I wouldn't call it a hole in the wall. A hole in the wall, I would think belongs on a city block. I mean, I'm being really
No,
crazy
that's
about it.
kind of weird. I don't know. I think can't you have a hole in the wall in like a strip mall? Or is that
Strip mall, yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely
so-
strip mall, suburban strip mall, yeah. But freestanding buildings, for some reason I'm saying no to freestanding buildings.
You guys have to help us out here because I don't think we're going to come to a consensus on exactly.
I know I'm really weird about this.
What a
but
hole
I
in
think
the wall
a
is.
freestanding building, I would call that I wouldn't call it a hole in the wall, I'd call it like a ramshackle kind of place. But I wouldn't call the curb shop a hole in the wall.
Okay.
I think it's really charming. But
What? Oh, remember? What about something like Burke's?
no.
It was more of a taverny sort of
Yeah.
thing.
What are some other places?
I don't know.
that people
What else? Did
suggested?
you think of something else?
A lot of them were. Here they come.
What is Alvarez saying? What about any of those things on in Pigtown? Any of the, or no? I'm sorry. Anything in Greektown? Like Icaros, hole in the wall.
People said Samos.
Samos.
Samos feels like a hole in the wall. It's maybe underdecorated, but it's a gold mine. I mean, there's something about it's. It can still be a hole in the
Zorba's?
wall. Zorba's kind of close. Zorba's
There's no decoration there, and it's like those little temporary chairs.
I would say Zorba's.
Zorba's could be a hole in the wall. It's awesome.
Yeah.
We go there for the food.
Oh man, I've got to get there really
love it
fast.
there. That's like become my go-to Greek spot.
I can't see my.
Yeah, I know. We're having a little connectivity issue. I also don't know if Colson ever. Oh, Anita McCabe says Isabella's in Little Italy.
No.
No, wrong. Anita.
Sorry, Anita. No, it's really cute. I mean, it's decorated. It's lovely and charming and clean and well stocked and self-conscious. And to me, it's small.
Yeah,
but hole in the
small
wall
doesn't necessarily mean.
There's got to be
you've, like,
some
consciously
aspect.
decorated, and you've got like, well, I don't know, like silverware and plates. Those are not holes in the walls, but also like a counter is a counter.
Decrepitude, or like, and untended. Like, what is this place? How did it get here? For a hole in the wall. So small isn't enough. And Isabella's is small. I love Isabella's, and it's small.
I like this discussion. I think it's funny to try to figure out.
I have to say that I'm an outlier, and people don't agree with me, but I'm.
But I think we do have a very small amount of holes, of actual holes in the wall, like legitimate. Everything else is either a diner or a counter or a bar. I think.
To me, it's got to be a little bit uncomfortable. Like, and they make you sit on these little chairs while you wait for your food. And
does it make you feel like you're on a culinary hunt, like you're slumming?
There
like,
should be some
ooh, we discovered this place. Look at us.
Alison Robicelli had said some things, some of which I agree with. Some of these are real discoveries and finds. I just don't think there are holes in the wall like Pioneer Pit Beef. That's a pit beef stand.
Pit beef stands I don't think we should count at all, because most of those seem like a hole in the wall.
That's a pit beef stand.
They're pit beef stands. That's where you go for your pit beef.
Someone said Brewer's Art, and I said, no!
No! Oh, because I think in the basement you could use to maybe consider it. It's literally a rat
My friend
skeller.
Marty Johnson has brought up this place in Catonsville, I think. Lindsay's Hispanic Store that has a little restaurant in the back.
But that's just a carryout. Sounds like a carryout, but I don't know. I haven't been there.
Restaurants, little tables, like the setup at Di Pasquale's on Eastern Avenue or Gulf Street.
Okay,
where you order at the counter and then
you go
a server will bring you your food.
That's a whole different thing. I feel like we need to wrap up. Is there anyone else you want to tell us about?
Nope.
Okay, you guys can keep talking to us about this. Here, we'll tell you if we agree or not.
And I'll tell you whether it's all.
Richard's gonna be like,
yes.
We need a buzzer. Is there anything else you need to add before we go?
No, but I'm gonna go out and eat somewhere next week.
Yeah, and good luck with paleo. You have been watching This Week in Baltimore Eating with Richard Gorelick. For more food fun, sign up for This Week in Baltimore Eating newsletter at jmoreliving.com/newsletters. We will see you next week.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.